July 14, 1949, 6:47 in the morning. Frank Morrison stands beside his Caterpillar D7 bulldozer at the entrance to Warm Spring Canyon, 23 miles northeast of Furnace Creek, staring at a hydraulic line that has just burst. The temperature is already 104 degrees. By noon, it will climb past 125. Morrison, 41 years old, foreman of the Pacific Talc Company's Death Valley operation, has 11 other bulldozers under his command. In the next 47 days, 9 of them will stop running. The 3 that survive will be built from the corpses of the others. The Pacific Talc Company secured mineral rights to a 60-mile stretch of talc deposits along the southern Panamint Range in late 1948. The post-war construction boom created insatiable demand for the clay mineral. The company needed to extract 800 tons per week and haul it 27 miles across the valley floor. To accomplish this, they brought in 12 Caterpillar bulldozers, 8 D7s, 3 D8s, and 1 D6. These machines, weighing between 20,000 and 35,000 pounds each, would cut access roads, clear overburden, and maintain haul routes through sand that could swallow a truck to its axles. Morrison's crew consisted of 17 men living in canvas tents, their water trucked in from Furnace Creek 3 times a week. The nearest Caterpillar parts depot sat 287 miles west in Bakersfield. Special orders took 6 to 8 weeks. When something broke in Death Valley, you fixed it with what you had or you stopped working. The D7 that failed that July morning was Unit 7, serial number 5, T4719. The hydraulic line rupture dumped 18 gallons of oil onto the sand in less than 3 minutes. Morrison's mechanic, Ray Kowalski, who had worked on Sherman tanks during the war, diagnosed the problem immediately. Sand had sawed through the steel-braided line. They had no replacement. Morrison made his first calculation. Unit 7 could donate its hydraulic line to Unit 11. So Unit 7 would be parked, 11 bulldozers operational. 3 days later, Unit 4, a D8 with a 13-foot blade, threw a track. The master pin had fractured due to thermal stress in 119-degree heat. They had no spares. Morrison looked at Unit 12, a D7 with a rough transmission. He made his second decision. Unit 4 would donate its transmission, final drives, and blade assembly to strengthen other machines. Unit 4 would be stripped. 10 bulldozers operational. August arrived with temperatures exceeding 130 degrees. Metal became untouchable. Rubber seals cracked. On August 3rd, Unit 6's engine seized when sand infiltrated the air intake. Morrison made his third decision. Unit 6 would donate everything except its engine. 9 bulldozers operational. Unit 6's parts went everywhere. Radiator to Unit 2, tracks to Unit 1, fuel tank to Unit 10. By August 10th, Morrison had 3 stripped hulks sitting behind camp like monuments to mechanical failure. The talc quota remained distant. They had extracted 1,650 tons. They needed 4,200 by September 30th. Morrison pushed the remaining machines harder. On August 14th, Unit 11 broke a blade lift cylinder. The piston rod snapped under load. Morrison didn't hesitate. Unit 11 would donate its entire hydraulic system, 8 bulldozers operational. 3 days later, Unit 2 suffered transmission failure. The oil came out black with bronze particles. The bushings had worn beyond tolerance. Morrison made his decision quickly. Unit 2 would be cannibalized. 7 bulldozers operational. August 21st brought Unit 8 to a halt. Fuel system failure. The injection pump had ingested contaminated fuel. Fine sand particles had scored the internal components. Morrison watched the black smoke from incomplete combustion. 6 bulldozers operational. On August 27th, Unit 3 threw a final drive. Kowalski found pieces of shattered gear teeth in the oil. They had exactly 1 spare salvaged from Unit 4. Morrison installed it on Unit 1. Unit 3 became the 7th carcass. 5 bulldozers operational. If you want to see how Frank Morrison kept 3 bulldozers running against impossible odds in the hottest place on Earth, please hit that like button. See that subscribe button? It's our exchange, your way of saying this reached me. Not about the action size, but its meaning. Hit it if this resonated, drop a like if it moved you, and comment your thoughts on this story. Want to go deeper? Join the membership for exclusive 20-plus minute videos where we explore these ideas further. Let's complete this circle together. Back to Morrison. The remaining 5 machines worked through early September, but on September 2nd, Unit 5's steering clutch failed. The machine could only turn left. Kowalski rebuilt it using plates from 2 stripped units. 20 hours of work. On September 8th, Unit 10's hydraulic cylinders leaked. 16 hours to repair. September 12th, Unit 12's torque converter failed. 12 hours to replace. They had 3,180 tons extracted. They needed 1,020 more. September 18th, Unit 9 developed a crack in the engine block. Coolant seeping from between cylinders. Once an engine block cracks, there's no field repair. Morrison made his decision without hesitation. Unit 9 would donate everything to the remaining machines, 3 bulldozers operational. Morrison now commanded Units 1, 5, and 10. 3 D7 bulldozers, each one a composite of parts from multiple machines. Unit 1 ran with Unit 6's radiator, Unit 11's hydraulic pump, Unit 3's final drive. Unit 5 mounted Unit 4's blade, Unit 8's injection pump, steering clutches from 4 different machines. Unit 10 was the most Frankensteined, Unit 2's transmission, Unit 9's electrical system, hydraulic cylinders from 3 donors. They had 12 days to extract 720 tons. Morrison scheduled maintenance during the hottest hours. Kowalski performed daily inspections. Every operator was instructed to shut down immediately if anything felt wrong. The 3 bulldozers worked in coordinated rhythm. Unit 1 cut the face. Unit 5 pushed material into piles. Unit 10 maintained the haul road. Each machine was critical. Losing any one would compromise everything. September 28th brought their closest call. Unit 5's right track drive began grinding. Bearing failure, 20 hours before complete seizure. Kowalski worked through the night with a bearing from Unit 7. 18 hours later, Unit 5 ran again. September 30th, 1949, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the last truck loaded with talc pulled away. Morrison checked the log. 4,280 tons delivered, 80 tons over quota. Behind him, 3 Caterpillar D7s sat idling. Around them, 9 stripped hulks rested on their tracks. Empty engine bays, missing blades, bare frames. Morrison shut down Unit 1, then signaled the other operators. The sudden silence was profound. For 78 days, diesel engines had been constant. Now there was only wind and the ticking of cooling metal. The Pacific Talc Company sent a recovery crew in October. They hauled the 9 stripped bulldozers out on lowboy trailers, 68 tons of metal to be rebuilt in Caterpillar shops. The 3 survivors worked another season before being rotated to other projects. Morrison kept detailed logs of every component swap, every repair, every decision. Those logs reached Caterpillar's engineering department in Peoria, where they became case studies in extreme environment operation. The practice Morrison and Kowalski pioneered became standard procedure for remote operations. The informal term was cannibalization. Caterpillar engineers preferred strategic component reallocation. The principle was simple. When resupply is impossible and failure is catastrophic, you keep your best machines running by sacrificing the weakest. Brutal mathematics, efficient engineering, survival. Death Valley's talc mining continued into the 1970s. The deposits produced 45,000 tons over 23 years. The haul roads are still visible from the air, faint scars in the desert floor. The tent camp is gone, reclaimed by wind and sand. But the principle remains. 3 machines built from 12 can accomplish what 12 alone could not. Morrison left the company in 1951 and spent his career supervising construction projects across the Southwest. In interviews later in life, he maintained that those 78 days taught him more about machinery than any engineering manual. Nay, you learn what's essential when you must choose what to save and what to sacrifice. An engine block can't be compromised. A transmission can be rebuilt. Hydraulic cylinders are critical but replaceable. Tracks wear but can be swapped. Every component has a hierarchy of importance, and in the desert, with 12 machines becoming 3, that hierarchy becomes absolutely clear. Kowalski returned to Pennsylvania in 1950 and opened an equipment repair shop. He kept photographs from Death Valley on his office wall. So when Caterpillar representatives visited, he'd show them the photos and ask if modern machines could survive what they'd survived. The answer was always qualified. Modern bulldozers had better filtration, cooling, metallurgy, but they also had electronic controls that failed in extreme heat, complex hydraulic systems with more failure points, computerized engine management requiring diagnostic equipment. Kowalski's conclusion was simple. The machines got better, but the desert stayed the same. The 9 stripped bulldozers were indeed rebuilt. Units 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, and 12 went to East Peoria, stripped to bare frames, rebuilt with new engines and transmissions. They went back into service, their serial numbers tagged Death Valley Rebuild 1949. Some worked another 20 years. The 3 survivors had shorter lives. Unit 1 worked until 1953, Unit 5 until 1955. So Unit 10, ironically, lasted longest, transferred to Nevada in 1952, finally retired in 1957 with 9,800 hours on a frame, supporting components from 6 different donors. None of the 12 original bulldozers exist today. D7S from the late 1940s are occasionally found in graveyards or restored by collectors, but tracking specific serial numbers is nearly impossible. The machines Morrison commanded are gone, melted down, recycled, transformed into new steel. But the story of how 12 became 3 and how those 3 finished the job remains a testament to ingenuity at the edge of equipment capability in one of Earth's most hostile environments. If this story moved you, please like and subscribe. Your support helps us preserve these histories. Tell us in the comments where you're watching from.